Welcome to Standard H1 European Colonization. Here's our table of contents. If you click on one of these, it will take you to that slide. Here are our standards for H1. We have 3 elements we will be going over. Before we really get into our standard, we need to go over how we discover history. We will start out with primary versus secondary documents. Primary is a first-hand original account of an event. So if you were there and witnessed it, you are a primary source. Other examples of primary sources are diaries, speeches, autobiographies. These are books written by the person who lived it. So if I wrote an autobiography, it would be a book about my life. And newspapers are another example of primary sources. So if you're witnessing an event, you are a primary source. Onto secondary source, it is an account of an event by people who did not personally witness an event. Some examples of secondary documents are reference books and biographies. So if you read it in a book, that book is your secondary source, like our textbooks. Make sure you pause this video and fill in your digital interactive notebook. Now click on these links and go to the website and answer these questions. Prehistory is the time before records were kept. You hear weather guys say this all the time. Things like, such as, this is the highest temperature recorded since we started recording temperatures. So there was a time before things were written down. So how do we find out about those times? Well, we find things like artifacts and ecofacts. Artifacts are objects made by humans. So art is made by humans. So some examples of artifacts are arrowheads, tools, pottery, and jewelry, all things made by humans. Ecofacts are made by nature, so things made by the environment. Some examples are bones, teeth, skulls, shells, things like that. So we look at these things and we find out how life was before written documents. Please pause your video and fill in your slide.